Seriously?
It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without some Ork news to read through or watch or something. Hey people, I am back. Yes, I am been back since yesterday, which I covered the news of the Beast Snagga army box, which revealed some of the sprues, a little bit of some of the rules and things, and talking about the pre-orders, all exciting good stuff. But besides that, there has been tons of other news regarding Orks. So much that I don't even know where to begin. And I've missed a lot of it. I haven't been around. There have been reasons for that. I'll go into those reasons at the end of this video. So those of you that care can stick around and listen to that. Those of you that are just here for the Ork news, good news, I won't waffle on about my personal life until later on. And then in which case you can cut off and move on with your life. Yeah, I'm going to be just sort of... This isn't a news video as such because it's too late to be considered a news video. I'm just going to be sharing my thoughts on all the stuff that's been revealed and shown. And yeah, at least most of it anyway, because there is a lot of it. And I'm not really coming at this with a plan. I haven't scripted stuff. It's not really how I roll most of the time. It's just very much wing it. So I'm just going to sort of go back through the articles from Warhammer community and just talk about what I see and show the stuff, and we'll just discuss all this awesome Orky goodness that is heading our way very soon. So yeah, it's going to be a very loose format video. I'm just going to sort of talk about stuff in no particular order, just as I see it. I'm going to talk about it. I will be putting pictures up on the screen and you'll be seeing the relevant miniature I'm talking about, or the rules, or whatnot, you know. Let's just I think for the most part, I'm going to discuss the miniatures. We will look at some of the rules and stuff as well. But yeah, the video may be a long one. I don't really know. Obviously, I'll have to limit it to some kind of time frame. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Pain Boss. The Pain Boss was one of the earliest miniatures revealed. And I really liked it. I covered it in a video at the time. Seems like, God, it seems like so long ago now that I spoke about the Pain Boss. He was one of the first things that they showed off, wasn't he? And he looks really cool. The head option, a lot of people divided opinion. Let's say that divided opinion. Personally, I really liked the sort of Man in the Iron Mask style head, sort of early Iron Man style head. I thought it was cool. I thought the miniature looked good. I did say in that video, hopefully there will be options for different head options and stuff. Some of the more pessimistic of you out there doubted that and sort of said I was dreaming, and that it was very unlikely. But here we are. Not only does he have a head option, he has different arm options as well. You can see he's a fairly static pose, but yeah, we've got this new variant of the Pain Boss now with a different looking sort of snake head claw, which a lot of people are really liking, and this grinning, leering face, which is far more reminiscent of the existing Pain Boy. He's got a very sort of similar kind of grin, you know, sort of evil grin with intent. You know, you're not going to be wanting him to perform your colonoscopy, are you? He has ulterior motives, but a stunning miniature. And I don't know what I prefer. I think I prefer this head to the other head. In terms of the claw, I like this snakehead claw. I see why a lot of people like it. I think I prefer the other one myself. So I may do a sort of combination of the two. I may have mine with this leering face and the other claw. I don't know yet. I'll decide when I get the miniature. But I think I touched upon it yesterday. It's really cool that we are getting options because, again, some of the more pessimistic hobbyists out there be like, well, they're all going to be very mono-pose, mono-build. You're not going to have any options or any spare parts. Thus far, we are getting them. Granted, not in the way we're used to, with, you know, a torso, a set of legs and arms and that kind of... And that comes with its downsides. There's no denying that. But, come on. These miniatures look good. This miniature looks really good. There's so much I like about this miniature. And we get options. Once we've built it, we're going to have some spare parts. There's still so much more to reveal from the other kits in terms of sprues and what their options are going to be and stuff. But yeah, I mean, this is good stuff. So yeah, I'm liking this paint boss a lot. I'm liking him even more now that we know there's options. And the little grot fella. Oh, the little grot fella's so cool. That he's just awesome. He's so cute and evil and brilliant, and yeah, love it. So yeah, that's awesome. This is quite old news now. Like he's been around for a little while. We've also got we had some rules on the Smasher Squig revealed. We had this rule that he's got the yesterday. We spoke about showing off the two different sort of build options of him. Again, options. The knob riding him as different heads, different arm options, different weapon options. The Smasher Squig itself can be built in different ways. It can have a bionic leg. It can have its head raised up or down in a charging motion. All really good stuff. Again, great for, you know, adding a bit of variety and making it your own, and being able to make some choices when you build this stuff. But we had some rules revealed. The Smasher Ed rule. Pretty much sort of thing we expected with this. Each time this model finishes a charge move or heroic intervention move, select one enemy unit that is within engagement range of this model and roll 5d6. For each result of a 4+, that enemy unit suffers 1 mortal wound. That's pretty tasty. So up to 5 mortal wounds. Yeah, on average, you're going to be getting 2 or 3 mortal wounds. But yeah, that's very cool. I really like that. And I wonder if that may work with some of the re-rolls and things and certain clan traits. If certain clans get to re-roll certain abilities and things, who knows, you know. Yeah, that could be quite a devastating thing. Yeah, I use things like that currently with like ramming speed and stuff, so I know how effective that sort of thing can be. And I think this is no surprise to anyone that this thing would be able to dish out some mortal wounds on the charge. And I'm sure once it gets into the combat, it's going to be pretty devastating. It's got a big knob on there with some tasty weapons. Who's going to be dishing out some punishment. The Squig itself is going to be dishing out some punishment. I think it's going to be quite a nice little shock unit. And for me, the highlight of the Beast Snagga box. Speaking of the Beast Snagga box, the other thing that comes in there alongside the Squig Riders, the awesome, incredible mono-wheel bomb squig. This thing is so damn cool, complete with Snotling riding it, armed with the deadly rusty nail. And so we had the rules for the bomb squig. So this, I imagine, is going to affect all bomb squigs. This is going to be their new rules now. So I suspect this applies to Tankbuster bomb squigs, and it seems like a lot more units are getting bomb squigs. The Kommandos seem to have a bomb squig now as well, which we will get into further on in this video when we cover that. Do excuse me, having a swig of my coffee. So the bomb squig rules: once per turn, when a unit with a bomb squig is selected to shoot or fire overwatch. If it has any bomb squigs remaining, the unit can release one. So you're going to be limited to one at a time. So currently I use my tank busters with, up to 6 bomb squigs and unleash all of them at once in this just devastating bomb squig charge. And it is devastating as well. Now we're going to be limited to just releasing one at a time. So that weakens it quite a lot if you're used to using a lot of bomb squigs. Like I say, I'm presuming this applies to tank buster bomb squigs as well. We don't know that yet, but I would imagine this is just a fairly flat rule for bomb squigs. When it does so, you can select one enemy unit, excluding aircraft, that is within 12 inches of the unit with a bomb squig. When firing Overwatch, this must be the charging unit, and roll 1d6, adding 1 to the result if that enemy is a vehicle. On a 3+, that enemy unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. The number of bomb squigs the unit is equipped with is then reduced by 1. So yeah, bomb squigs have changed quite a bit. Before they just had like a normal weapon stat line. They weren't mortal wounds, but they were d6 damage rather than d3 mortal wounds. So there's a bit of give and take here. They're still hitting vehicles on a 2+, just like the current existing tank buster bomb squigs, and every other unit on a 3+. So yeah, they've got weaker in some ways, but mortal wounds is nice. Mortal wounds is nice. It means it completely negates the saves, the invulnerable saves. Yeah, I guess in most cases it's probably a little bit weaker, but I think they're still dangerous. They still pack a punch. And possibly, in regards to tank buster bomb squigs, maybe they're going to have their own special rules that they can unleash a whole load of them at once. But we don't know that yet. We shall have to see. But we're getting some gorgeous new bomb squig models, this being one of them. And we've got another one to show off a little while later. So, yeah, awesome stuff. I'm just backing out of this now. Let's find the next article to see the other stuff to talk about. Do excuse me, people. There's so much of a backlog for me to work through. We got the Beast Snagga box contents revealed. Again, I talked over this yesterday, but it looks really good. It really does look good. I'm so chuffed that the data cards are coming in it as well. I'm just really worried about being able to actually snag one of these. Pun very much intended. Yeah, I'm really sort of just concerned about, am I going to be able to get one of these bastards? Let's hope so. But yeah, you get a great amount of stuff in there. You get Zodgrod Wart Snagga, a return of a legendary character. Knob on Smasher Squig, which for me is the best miniature in the box. The Squig Ork Boyz, really like them, complete with their bomb squig, and 20 Beast Snagga boys, which are the monopose ones, and it's yet to be revealed whether when they get released on their own we get the full posable multi-part kit that we're all hoping for. Some kind of unsuspected, very, very exciting news. All about the Octarius sector and new kill team. There's so much to talk about. So this is why I'm just coming at it from I'll just spend ages planning out this video and in what order I was going to talk about stuff. This is the trouble, see, when you leave it so long and you're out of the game for a while and all this stuff's happening, it leaves you a lot of catching up to do. So, Kill Team's getting a new boxed game. I don't know what to think about that. The new box set looks really cool. But to me, it doesn't feel like Kill Team's been around that long. I think it probably has. I mean, to me, like the bloody 1990s don't feel like that long ago. I think that's just me showing my age, though. Everything seems sort of new to me these days. To some of the younger viewers, maybe Kill Team's been around as long as you've been in the hobby. I don't know. I really like the current edition of Kill Team. It's been bloated massively with updates and expansions, which I've avoided like the plague. I have literally stuck to just the pure what's in the box vanilla Kill Team. I haven't even looked at the updates because I can't contain that much information in my brain, and I can't remember it all, and I can't. It's enough that I can try and stay up to date with 40k, but trying to stay up to date with another GW game on top of that is just too much for the human mind to take. But I'm interested to see what this new Kill Team's like, because I think Kill Team does have its issues, and it's kind of hopefully it's veering more into its own game. Rather than a sort of a take on 40k and then adapting and changing rules to fit in a sort of more skirmish style scenario. Because I think some of the kind of 40k rules that were still existing in Kill Team didn't mesh well with what they were trying to do. Things like you're wounded, or are you mortally wounded, or do you have a flesh wound? And things like that. It was like, right, so try and explain that to a new player. So many wounds. No, not those wounds, just flesh wounds. And it was like, they didn't really, it felt a bit tacked on. So hopefully this is going to veer more into its very, very much its own game with its very own set of rules that are very separate from 40k. I don't know if I'm making any sense there. I know what I'm trying to say to you. Just to properly differentiate it from 40k. I don't know. There's very much I don't know about the game. The main thing I want to talk about is the what you get in the box, which looks very, very cool. So straight out, I'm going to read what it says in the article. Straight out of the box, there are 2 full kill teams ready to do battle at dangerously close quarters on a battlefield full of Ork terrain. That's going to be the big selling point for us Ork players. The new core book and the rule set contained within represents a total reimagining of how combat on this scale should operate in the Warhammer 40,000 universe. Over the coming weeks, we'll be taking a deep dive on this incredible, innovative new rule set with insight from the creative team behind the best Warhammer 40,000 skirmish game ever. They say that about every game they ever release, but I suppose they've got to, haven't they? They are advertising it after all. It still comes with tons of tokens, which I despise tokens, but I understand they are necessary, especially when it's like you're kind of alternating turns rather than I go, you go. I'm not a fan of tokens. It's just a personal thing. I find that they kind of immersion breaking for me a lot of the time on the table. But yeah, this set looks great. No idea on how much it costs yet. I don't know if that's been revealed anywhere. I can't remember how much the existing Kill Team game costed at the time. But this terrain looks lovely. There are some of the terrain is stuff we've already had. I recognise some of this stuff from the Speed Freak set, the sort of trash piles. At least I think those are the same ones. They may be slightly different. To me, they look like the ones we've already got. I'm pretty sure they are. We've got some lovely Ork buildings that look like they were once Imperial buildings, which is really cool. So it's great to get some Orky terrain. And GW are doing this a lot more. With 40k and Age of Sigmar, I've noticed recently, they're expanding into like terrain from other races, which is really cool. Because it's always been heavily skewed towards Imperial, which makes sense a lot of the time, and I don't have any issue fighting over Imperial terrain because I like invading Imperial planets and crushing all the Umis there, so it works for me. But it's also equally cool to have Orky terrain. Yeah, this looks really cool. It comes with everything you need: the core book, the dice and ruler things and gauges and cards, and transfers, and yeah, everything you're going to need. Which I love about this. What I loved about the last edition of Kill Team, that you had everything you needed in the box to just get playing. You didn't. It was great for introducing people to the hobby because they didn't need a book. They didn't need to buy anything. You just needed that one book, and it had all the rules in there and all the data sheets for all the factions. It was fantastic, and I love the fact that that's what this is going to be for a little while. But unfortunately, like all their other games, this is going to suffer the bloat of constant expansions and updates, which for me takes away from the joy of a small skirmish game like this. It's great to lengthen the life of a game by breathing some fresh life into it, but later down the line, not a few months after release, and I know I'm jumping the gun here, but I really think that's what they're going to do with this. They GW do this with all their games all the time. They don't let them breathe. Let this game breathe, please, GW. Just let it be out and let it be a singular game in a box that it's a great entry point for anyone wanting to get into, dip their toe into the 40k universe. And also great for anyone that's wanting to go a little bit more in depth and a little bit sort of zoom in a bit, and have a little bit more of a sort of some light RPG elements and experiencing and leveling up and stuff, and fleshing out the character of individuals and stuff. So let them, it's got all the ingredients needed to be like a really good, enticing game. But for me, the updates and the bloat and the expansions is something that doesn't attract me to it. It turns me away from it, personally. I've accepted it with 40k, begrudgingly. Not all updates, not all expansions, because a lot of them are necessary and a lot of them do add a lot of really good stuff. Saga of the Beast, for example, for 40k, I would not do without it. I adore that book. But it's just the consistency, the frequency and the urgency of these updates and expansions that for me is too much. I think it's far too much aimed at tournament style players and gamers and that. I don't see Kill Team in that way. I see Kill Team as a bit more of a sort of a campaign style setting, although it is ideal for tournaments because it's much shorter games, quicker. And I don't know. But look, putting all that aside, the contents of the box looks really cool. It's going to be interesting to see how much it costs, whether it's going to be worth. For people playing 40k, I think it's still going to be worth it because you get all this terrain and you get some gorgeous looking Ork Kommandos. We got all the Imperial dudes as well, which look cool if you like that sort of thing. But yeah, man, these Ork Kommandos, good lord. Now these are going to be available separately in the future. At first, they're only going to be available in this box. Don't know how long for. Could be quite a long time. But good lord, this stuff is gorgeous. Look at this Commando knob. He is a total badass. He's got Blood Axe written all over him. Doesn't have to be. He's just a Commando. He can be whatever clan you want. But he's so cool. He is so cool. I love the cap. I love the scarred, grizzled face on him. I love the fact he's got like a little radar on his back. Whether it works or not is another thing. He thinks it works. Maybe he saw someone else with one once and he thought, yeah, that looks cool. That makes me look well clever. The power claw looks badass. He's all stitched up and there's some lovely detailing on this. I absolutely love it. He's dressed the jacket he's got on and stuff. It's got me that real sort of vibe of Predator, like the Marines off Predator. It's got that kind of vibe about it, which I fucking adore. I love the dog tags around the wrist, representing some kills he's had. That is such a cool touch. He's on a nice little bit of a scenic base there as well. He's on some kind of rubble sort of ruin thing he's stepping over. Yeah, it's just lovely. He's loaded up with gear. He looks like a grizzled veteran and he looks like an absolute badass. And then he's got his little grot fella with his little grappling hook gun, dressed like a ninja, like something out of Splinter Cell or something, which is so cool. little stealthy, cunning grot. Yeah, that's absolutely badass. So what abilities is this thing? Is he going to be zipping all over the battlefield, like grappling up buildings, being able to sneak up and grab objectives on the sly and plant explosives and stuff, and like a proper saboteur there? It's just so damn cool. Yeah, awesome stuff. Here we are with the new bomb squig that is absolutely beautiful and brutal in equal measure. I love the paint job on this squig. I love what they've done with the eyes. Look at the detail they've got in the eyes, where they've done the pupil there. This thing looks terrifying. Yeah, it's a beautiful bomb squig. We've got like an antenna on its back, so you can see that they've really, it's not just loaded up with bombs ready to blow up at sort of a random time. There's an orc somewhere holding the button ready to detonate this poor bastard at the perfect time. So yeah, I don't know, perhaps this bomb squig will have some special rules and make it that much better. Yeah, you've got this fella with the blades as well, loaded up with all the bombs. I mean, he's only got 2 hands, but 2 blades is not enough, so he's carrying another blade in his mouth. Why? Because it looks cool, that's why. He's lost an eye, he's got a nice scar, that's lovely detailing. Yeah, really nice. Again, these commandos are loaded up with gear. He's got little packs on his shoulders and on his backpack, and yeah, I love the fact that he's got like the stick bomb heads without the sticks. Like, yeah, it's so cool. He's got his knuckle dusters on as well. Yeah, bloody lovely. Yeah, really characterful. Is that another blade he's got at the back as well? Behind the stick bomb, looks like he's got like another hilt of a blade there. So he looks like he's carrying 4 blades. No, 5, because he's got one on his waist there as well at the front. So yeah, this guy is all about the stabby stab. Good shit. We got these fellas. I love this one with the sort of the woolly hat and this quality looking like MGL, like grenade launcher looking thing. I don't think it is a grenade launcher. I think it looks like some kind of like, I don't know, it looks like a different take on like a big shooter, or just like a custom shooter or something. A big drum fed thing that looks so bad. And between his legs dangling there, I'm not going to go for the easy joke, but between his legs dangling there, is that a that's like a penknife, like a fucking utility knife thing. That is he got his little Phillips head screwdriver and stuff on there, and his little tweezers and little scissors and whatnot that comes out of that? Because that's what that looks like. Or is it just like one of them things that's just got like all the different Allen keys? You know, that is so cool. He's got a blade as well, backpack loaded up with gear, stick bombs. Yeah, really nice. I love that gun with the it's got the what do they call it? The ball cut thing. The handle at the front to steady the recoil. I don't remember what it's called. You know what I mean. But yeah, lovely. I love that gun, and he looks really cool. And then we got the guy with the gas mask, looking hench as fuck. Armed pretty standardly. He's got the chopper. He's got the slugger. He's got some other kind of gun on the back with some twizzly wire coming out of it. What is that? Maybe that's some kind of tool or something. I see like a blade on it from the back. It's hard to see without looking round the back of him what it is. He's got some rope, so he's geared up as well. Yeah, we've got another guy with a chopper and a slugger. I like that slugger's really cool with the sort of bar bit over it. I like that the different, like, it's the stock, the fucking shit that rests into your shoulder. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Look, I'm tired. All right. I don't remember all the names of all the things. It's the thing you fold out to rest against your shoulder to shoot nice and straight. So maybe that'll give him some special rules within the game. And maybe he'll be a little bit more accurate than your regular orc. Really cool, like, skull face mask, gas mask thing he's got on. He's got Lovely little curved handle chopper there. Yeah, again, loaded up. Loads of stick bombs. And then we got this guy who possibly is my favourite one in there, because look at that fucking gun. No, that's not a gun. That's a fucking ram. That's a big pneumatic fucking... Oh my god. Right. First, let's talk about the other stuff first. He's got a tank buster bomb on the back. He's got some dynamite. He's got a blade. He's got some little gas grenades or hand grenades strapped to his chest there. I love the shoulder pad. I love the helmet and the mask. He's got like a Magneto style helmet on with like a mask over the front. That looks really, really cool. But what at first I thought was some big cannon isn't. I've just noticed, seeing it big blown up on my screen rather than a tiny little image on my phone. It's a fucking ram. They're gonna be doing like a raid, like smashing in the doors, and that is so cool. I love that. I love that so much. Good lord. And being an orc, you know that's not just gonna be for ramming indoors. He's gonna use that as a weapon and cave your fucking head in with it. Good lord, that is awesome. That is so cool. Oh my god, what a time to be alive. We've got this fella with the gas mask on again. I love the fact that the eyes and nose are showing through. Got his proper piggy snout there. And that weird looking energy gun thing, heat gun, I don't know what that is, but it looks cool and I want one. The paintwork on those cables, I will never paint my cables that good. That cable would just be yellow or red for me. It would just be like a flat colour. Maybe I'd do so, but that's some stunning paintwork on that. Yeah, just admiring that. It looks like he's got some sort of techno gubbins on his back, so whether he's like communications or something, he's got a little antenna and that. Yeah, he's going to have some kind of special rules and things. This guy, the rocket launcher guy, oh my god, awesome looking commando. Great to see commandos with special weapons again, not just sluggers and choppers. And I mean, hopefully, I don't know if these are only for kill team. I don't know if all these options are going to be available to us in 40k. It's going to be interesting to see. But I don't know. This rocket launcher is cool as fuck. Again, got the awesome looking skull mask. Lovely pose on that. I really like that guy. It's an awesome. He's a tank buster. Really cool looking tank buster. We got the burner boy here with I love the mask. I love the fact that the skull mask has got flames on the mask. I like the fire and the little blue flame on the end of the burner. I don't usually like effects and stuff too much on which, but I don't know, I like it on this one. And this is the detail I love. This needs mentioning. This burner boy, this commando burner boy, he's got burn scars on him. They've gone to the detail of not just putting the regular scars on him and just sticking a burner on a boy. He's got scars from being very badly burnt. And yeah, so that's so cool. Lovely bit of detail there. That is awesome. That is really cool. And then we've got an orc sniper. Of sorts anyway. Because it's like a chain-fed sniper rifle. I mean, yeah. Look, it's trust orcs to like. You're not going to sniper with one round, are you? You're going to sniper. You're going to shoot lots of Dakka. He's got a bullet for a tooth. He's got a fucking bullet for a tooth because he likes shooting bullets. He likes the Dakka, so he's got Dakka tooth. That's what I'm going to call him, Dakka tooth. He's going to be the highlight of this set for a lot of people. He's got a fucking bullet for a tooth. How fucking cool is that? That's the best damn sniper in all of 40k. And I'll fight anyone who disagrees. These models are fucking gorgeous. Wow. Like, I can tell you, I was not expecting this. GW, you're knocking it out of the park with this stuff. You really are. You are absolutely knocking it out of the ballpark, because you're giving us what we expected. What we've been wanting, and then you're throwing loads of unexpected stuff. We got new stuff, we got return of old stuff. You are ticking every fucking box right now, and it gets better because it doesn't end here. There's so much more. Yeah, there's so much more. So here's all the stuff you get in the box. Anyway, let's get this. So we got the Deffkoptas of Krieg kill team, guardman kill team. Looks really cool. This is Ork news, so we're not really focused on that, but it looks really cool. And I know there's a lot of Deathcore people out there that miss this stuff and want this stuff, and you could only sort of get it from like Forge World and things before. But yeah, that's and promising signs for future Imperial releases. But this Ork Commando kill team, like, is there an Ork player out there that doesn't like the look of this Ork Commando kill team? There can't be. And if you are out there, you're a very strange individual that I don't think there's any hope for. Because these are fucking beautiful. And yeah, they're stunning. Absolutely. I'm blown away by these. And I know I gush and praise about the new stuff a lot, and I do this a lot. I'm seen as Mr. Positivity when it comes to GW's Ork releases and things. But these are on another level. These are up there. These are absolutely stunning miniatures and perfect for kill team. What an absolutely gorgeous Ork kill team that is. I'm blown away by it. But yeah, you get so both of those, which are really cool. You get the core book, the Octarius manual. That's like a campaign book, I suppose. Combat gauges and dice. Orange dice look cool. 54 tactical OPS cards. The 30x22 game board, which looks cool. I don't know if it's double-sided. Doesn't say it's double-sided. Surely it is. The last one was. Tokens. And Ork buildings and scrap piles terrain. So you get a lot in there. It'll be interesting to see how much it costs, though. We had the mention of the Warzone Octarius book within that article as well. I won't really go into that too much, but yeah, I don't really know what to think of that, because expansions and stuff, I don't know. A lot of these Warzone books and things, to me, they feel a little bit like Day 1 DLC. So yeah, we'll skip past that. We'll look at that when more details are known about that. But let's look at some more Ork releases for 40k. The kill rig. The kill rig is here. And wow. It is what people thought it was going to be as well. A big, most probably Lord of War vehicle being pulled along by the awesome big squig fella. What's the big squig fella called again? I can't remember. There's a name for it. What's it called? Oh, I don't know. I can't find it on the article here. Towed by mountainous trampler squig. There you go. The trampler squig. And it's got the Whir tower. So basically a Weird Boy tower with the Whir Boy on there. The Whir Boy looks really cool. And he is, have you noticed, he's the one they showed not too long ago. He's the one they showed. So you can take him off and use him separately, which is a nice little touch. Because we've seen him separate, and we know that, as we'll see in a minute, there's a different build option for this kill rig, which is good. Again, not everything's monopost, not everything's one build, you know. We did get it with the old buggies of old, but no, we're getting options, multi-build kits. This is good, you know. The dark days aren't fully upon us. The good times are still here. So yeah, there's so much to talk about with this. I adore the Trampler Squig. He is massive and brutish, but at the same time kind of cute. He's one of my favourite of all the Squig things I've seen released. He looks really cool. I kind of want to do a conversion with him and take him off this thing and just have a big war boss riding him, because that would be so cool. And I'm sure someone will do it. But yeah, the Orks, the beast Snaggas riding on this thing look great. What have we got? We got the big fuck off cannon at the front, mounted on the platform above the Trampler Squig itself. The Orks are detailed themselves. They've got lots of bionics and bits going on. We've got a guy in the sort of mid section of it firing like some kind of rocket with a chain on it, so it looks like it's going to be able to fucking fire in and latch onto things. We got fellas at the back holding like big chopper things, but designed to be sort of thrust downwards at like people trying to board this thing or attack it. It's got scythes and whirling blades, big ass wheels at the back. We got the driver there of sorts, who's got like a big wheel and handles, so he's sitting in there steering the Trampler Squig. He's not holding reins on it, guy. He's got a steering wheel that will move the pistons and, you know, indicate to the Trampler Squig that the Orks want to go that way, and then he'll decide whether he wants to or not. And then it's going to be throwing off War energy from the Whir Boy on the Whir Tower. Awesome. What a great centerpiece for any Beast Snagga army, or any Ork army for that matter. We don't know what the rules are for this yet. We got an indication that it's going to be throwing out, you can see, it's going to have melee capabilities. It's going to be throwing out all kinds of Dakka and psychic abilities. It's going to do a bit of everything. I imagine it's going to be able to take a licking and keep on kicking. It's probably going to have some special rules on the charge. It's just going to be, it's going to be a unit you're not going to want to tangle with in any way. It's going to attract a lot of fucking firepower though. They're going to want to bring it down. But yeah, it's cool. It's awesome. And the more you look at it, the more little details you see. See the sort of, what do they call that? The steel rope tension bits holding bits up. The detail of stuff is really nice. Yeah, very, very cool. And then we've got another option to build. We see it from different angles as well. Oh, the guy with the mohawk. He's cool. And the grabber stick sort of chopper thing there. The little grot poking out of the pipe. What's that all about? What's he up to in there? So fucking good. Oh, good lord. What is that grot doing in there? Is he in there against his will? Is he hiding? Is he working on some gubbins, is there? His little porthole. That's so cool. Yeah, absolutely badass. And yeah, we got a different variant. We got the Hunter rig, which I think I prefer this one myself. And this one's more of a transport. So you lose the psychic stuff. You've still got the same amount of Dakka on it, but yeah, you're swapping out the Weird Boy tower, you're moving that turret further up, that turret back, and then you're gaining the transport. So then the front part of it becomes a transport thing. Although I imagine you probably could still... when and if I get one of these, that gun they've got in the middle there, I would probably still keep it at the front and have the middle bit as the transport section. Just because for me it would kind of limit that where that gun could shoot quite. It can only really shoot out the sides that way. So yeah, I'd personally have the middle bit as a transport. But I see what they're doing. They've got all the boys at the front, so they're like eager to get in and jump off at the front. But yeah, I like the... Has it got a different ramming horn? Is it still the same? No, you can still say it just from a different angle. But yeah, the ramming fucking blade horn on that trampler squig is really cool. I would never paint the squigs as nice as these people have painted the squigs, or the eyes. The eye looks fucking cool. But yeah, I like that variant. I don't know. For me, I think for my army, I'd prefer that variant. But again, it gives you a great reason to buy it twice. And if you do build this variant, then obviously you get the Werboy on his own. So yeah, I love that in kits where you've got different options and ways of building things, and you can get different units out of it. Really cool. And it's a great financial thing for GWD because it incentivizes us to buy them more than once. This ain't going to be cheap though, is it? I mean, this is going to be a fucking expensive. It's probably going to be the same sort of price as the whole Beast Snagga box itself. But yeah, and I don't think this is going to be a heavy support choice. I really think this is going to be a Lord of War. We've got the Beast Boss. We knew this guy was coming. He looks really cool. A lot of people really like this guy. For me, I don't know. There's nothing wrong with this model. I guess I'm kind of a bit spoilt, I guess, with all the new stuff coming out. I think he looks really cool. I really like his head. He's scarred, he's grizzled. I like the hair squig he's got going on. The target of squig looks really cool. He looks big and brutish and nasty and very much in keeping with the artwork that we saw. I guess, yeah, I don't know. He's just, I guess, just not... There's nothing I don't like about him. He's just not jumping out to me on a personal level, but I can totally see why he is for a lot of people. People building a more feral style army, a more snakebite style army, I can totally see why this is your man to lead your army. And he looks really cool. He does look really cool. I love the claw he's got going on. That looks very cool. With the skull head part of it, the furs, and yeah, it looks very feral and savage and brutal, and the chopper looks lovely, the bionic arm looks lovely. Very nice miniature. And you see him here from the back as well. Just on a personal level, I guess he's just a little bit too sort of savage and feral for me. I tend to go for more the mechanized kind of look. But yeah, very cool regardless. It'll be interesting to see what his rules are, and how he compares to a regular Ork war boss or the war boss in Mega Armor. It's going to be very interesting to see how they compare and what their different rules are. And then we get some more Ork terrain. So you're not just getting the terrain from the Kill Team set. You're getting this giant head thing that is saying it's like the severed head of a Gargant, or possibly one that's being built. But yeah, this is cool. It's got big shooters mounted up on the top, 4 of them, all different ways, and a big megaphone for your boss. Completely, I like the little light bulbs on there as well, just to light him up. That is cool. This is quite bad moon, isn't it? He could stand up there and be like very important, self-important. I want everyone, the lads, to see me. You know, I like it. It's lovely. I love the way it's got a turbine for an eye and a hatch for the other eye, and it's really, really cool. Lovely. And this is going to come with its rules. I wonder if it'll have good rules, because some of the terrain we've had in the past hasn't had great rules. But the great thing about the terrain sets is it kind of doesn't matter if the rules are shit, because you can choose whether you want to use the rules for it or not. If you don't want to use the rules, it just becomes a regular piece of terrain, and you can do that. So it's a win-win. I wonder how many people are going to take this and turn that head into the head of a Gargant and use it on a Gargant conversion. I bet someone's already planning it, aren't they? They're even more now that I've said it. But yeah, you could totally use this as a head for a Gargant build. And you've got some big shooters and stuff on the top of it anyway, ready to go. So many people are going to do that now, aren't they? So you're going to see so many of them, and I fully support it. Yeah, so it's going to have rules where obviously you can shoot the big shooters from the top. So if you get a load of mob of boys in there, whatever, they'll be able to take advantage of them big shooters, which is going to be cool. And the boss will be able to get some kind of special rules from the megaphones and that. Whether that'll expand their aura abilities and stuff. How exactly that'll work, because like a war boss you want up front. Will it just be like the knob in there that can do it? Or, I mean, for certain, like, I don't know, like a big mech with a shock attack gun would be great up in this thing, because then he could benefit from expanded aura abilities while being able to shoot his gun from an elevated protected position. I don't know. We have to wait and see. But for now, we can just gush over the awesome looking miniature. Now, how scared are your wallets right now? Because my wallet is terrified. Because, like, look at all this stuff. We're not even all the way there yet. Mosgrod, Scragbad. We saw this guy a little while ago in the artwork. Now we see the actual miniature. It's beautiful. This sort of shark type great white squig that is lovely. He's got exhausts sticking out of the side. Because, yeah, of course he has. He's got a big bionic leg. Mosgrod himself, a snakebite character. It's cool to see snakebites getting some serious love. Snakebites are going to explode in popularity now. They've been underserved, underrepresented for too long, and now, you know, GW are right in that ship, and snakebites are really seriously getting some love. This great white squig has got a big cannon gun sticking out of its other side. Yeah, this guy's going to have some great rules. This thing is going to be terrifying for your opponent on the tabletop. But it gets better. What if you're not a snakebite player? What if you don't want a named character? What if you want a generic character on a big squig like this? Well, good news. This kit makes both. You don't just get him. You get the option to build just a regular boss on a Squigosaur. The beast boss on Squigosaur. And oh, I keep changing my mind on what my favourite thing of all the new releases is, but this is up there. I adore this. I actually prefer this to the Great White Squig. I actually prefer this one. I'm not sure what it is about it. I love the teeth on this squig, the look of it. It's got a very T-Rex look, which I adore. I like the way that the teeth are kind of... they're not symmetrical. You've got like ones jutting out from different positions, and it reminds me very much, if everyone remembers the Peter Jackson King Kong movie, the T-Rexes on that. That's what the face and the head of this thing reminds me of, and the T-Rexes on that movie were probably the best T-Rexes I've seen on any film. Yes, even better than Jurassic Park. Oh, come at me in the comments section. But yeah, I adore this. I absolutely adore this. I think personally the boss on top I really like. I will do something with this boss and change him up slightly. I don't know what I'll do, but I'll do something. But that Squigosaur, oh, I can't wait to get my hands on that. That is some of this stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'll get that if I can afford it, or I'll get that later down the line. Other things, I'm like, I'm getting it the day it comes out. This, I am getting the day it comes out. I want this. I want this leading my army. I want my boss to be riding a Squigosaur. I love that Squigosaur. I love it. I absolutely love it. That is just gorgeous. Love it. And then we come to it. We come to it. New boys. New boys. We knew they were coming. we saw the grainy pictures that I got early. I think I was like, was I one of the first with that information of the new boys? I don't know if I was the first, but I was one of the first. That did my channel a lot of favours getting that video out early, I can tell you. But yeah, new boys, and here they are. Look at this fella. Just take a moment to just breathe it in. Stunning. Armed with a big chopper. Got a lovely iron gob. Not the helmet, the boss pole. Awesome looking knob. Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. Love it. Absolutely adore it. And then we get the boys. We got a mixture in here. We got some boys armed with sluggers and choppers. We got some armed with shooters. We got this fella charging headlong. Now, this one charging the face on that, the jaw. I'm not overly sold on that mouth, personally. The other one with the slugger and chopper, I really like his head and the helmet. He looks really cool. The next ones we got this guy with the staples on his mouth, from the scar, and I love that head. He looks like one mean bastard. Again, armed with a slugger and chopper, walking with intent. That guy with the helmet charging, lovely. Look at the paint job on those eyes, absolutely awesome. I absolutely love these boys. I think they look great. What a lovely update. Here's the one that we already saw. I really like that one. I really like him. He's one of the highlights for me. We've got another guy. He's got some nice piercings on the lips. I approve. And he's got the good old chain chopper and the slugger. I like this guy with the stick bomb. I love the way he's posed. He looks a bit tubby as well. Very muscular. He's got some little like teeth hanging off him and stuff. Yeah, lovely. The big shooter looks nice. I love the World War One sort of German inspired helmet with the spike on top. I like them on Orks. I think they look really cool. I love that. Yeah, I love the top loaded big shooter. Looks nice. And then you got the same one. You can see the same miniature. You see, you got the choice. He's now armed with a rocket launcher. So yeah, you kind of get a feel for how these guys are going to go together. This scarred up guy with the slugger chopper here. Look at that. That is a lovely head. Really, really nice. These are fucking lovely miniatures. And there's the other way you can build the knob. Again, you're getting an idea of how these are going together. So you've replaced the arm holding the chopper with the bionic arm holding the slugger, and then the other hand here with the power claw. So you've got some options in there, you've got some choices, but you can kind of see that the bodies are all kind of built one way, and then you've got a choice of heads and arm options and stuff. So you're kind of seeing, you're not going to get that posability, but they're not mono build. You've got options. You've got different options you can put on there, and those of us with the skills and the bravery to sort of take a knife, a hobby knife and a sword to these things are going to be able to get more sort of posability options out of them. So I'm sure the discussion's going on amongst the community. I know some people were not happy when they saw these boys because of that, but it's not that I'm totally okay with it. It's that it's not a surprise to me. I've accepted it. That's not the way GW make kits anymore with them, and I've accepted that. Am I going to miss that? Yeah. But do I think these look gorgeous, and am I still pleased that they've got some of these lots of options and things? Hell yeah. I can't be upset about this, because all I'm doing is looking at models that I'm thinking they are fucking gorgeous and I love them. And what I love about them is the fact that these new boys are not a massive departure from the boys we've currently got. What I said a long time ago was that if ever they refresh the boys range, that they don't make them so different that the old boys look shit. Now, some people will argue that the old boys do look shit. and I see that happen a lot. That's not true. They're dated in some ways. I understand that, but they don't look shit. They look fine. I think these are going to be great to mix in with them. I think scale-wise, they're pretty much on a very similar level. They're still on the 32mm basis, so you get an idea of their scale. They're a bit more muscular, a bit bigger built, a bit more evil looking. The heads are slightly different, but I think they're going to mesh in well. If you sprinkle them in amongst them, it's going to get some great looking mobs. And if you mix in some of the old and new together, I think you're going to get some really cool results. These are the highlight for me. I've said that about 3 or 4 times now, haven't I? This is the highlight for me. No, this is the highlight. But New Boys was unexpected when the news did hit. Because when they revealed the Beast Snagga boys and they did the first article showing an old boy in comparison with it, I was like, so they've been a bit sneaky, GW. Been throwing us off the scent at times. But it's great to see that they're not just going down this Beast Snagga route. And it's not just like, oh, these are the Primaris. You know, this is... And eventually your boys, as you know, are going to phase out. Because, as we see, it's not just New Boys. We're getting the boss in Mega Armour, who looks really cool, which is great. And about damn time we got him. And he's going to be back in the Codex, where he should be. And he should never have gone in the first place. But they hit us with a bombshell. They hit us with a big bomb out of nowhere. Deffkoptas are coming back. And in the trailer, I love how they made reference to the mechs forgot to build them since Black Reach. A little dig at themselves there, because they had some issues why they couldn't make them available or whatever. And they've done them. And for the they're updated, they're modernised, they're different, but they do... These are going to sit alongside your Black Reach Deffkoptas really well. Sprinkle these in, mix them up. They're awesome. They've got a very similar look. A bit more rounded, a bit more individual. They're not quite so sort of... The Deffkopta ones are very samey, very sort of snap fit and mono build. They did have a little bit of variety between a couple of them. But yeah, these are looking very, very similar. And they come with all the options now. We've got the copter rockets. We've got the custom Mega Blaster. And I think we're going to have, I don't think any of these show this, but we're going to have the big shooter option and things like the big bombs and the kill source. So we're getting the options back. They're coming back out of Legends, back into the Codex, and most importantly of all, back in miniature form. Could this year get any better for an Ork player? Could it get any better? I don't think it could. My God, this stuff is fucking incredible. Good Lord, what a time to be alive. Again, lovely details on some of these. They've got blades and stuff on them. The drivers look great. I love the way the different propellers are powered. You've got one sort of got like a kind of like bits from like the Bubble Chucker custom Mega Blaster whirly bits sort of powering that blade. And then on the next one, it's literally got rockets on the propellers to like, that is... I love that. I adore that. They've literally bolted rockets to the propeller blades, and that is what makes those propellers work. What happens when the rockets run out of steam? That's you worry about that later on. And this one armed with the custom Mega Blaster and a big bomb. So lovely to see them options. Beautiful updates to the miniatures. Now, the one thing I'm not too keen about is the bases. Now, I know flying stands have their issues, and flying stands are a ball ache, and they don't always look great. But the way GW do things recently, where they sort of have things, they're flying, but they're kind of flying over terrain low, so they kind of connect it to the terrain, so it doesn't have a flying base. But I'm not a big fan of that personally. So every one of these Deffkoptas is basically clipping terrain. They're all touching something. They're not, and I'm not a big fan of that personally. So that's the one little niggle I've got with these. I don't know if I'll try and adapt them and change them and just put them. I don't know what I'll do. Whether I'll just accept it. Maybe when I get the miniature, I'll go, oh, it looks quite cool now. But yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I mean, sure, improvements could be made to flying bases. and some people despise them, and I totally understand why. It's not an easy thing to have I don't think there's a one-size-fits-all solution for making a flying vehicle sort of look good, that will please everyone. But personally, I'm not a fan of the bases. I know a lot of people are, but I don't care, because the miniatures look great. I love them, and Deffkoptas are fucking back. Deffkoptas are fucking back. I mean, yeah, they're like, wow. Have I missed anything? I don't know if I've missed anything. I have no idea. Hold on. Let me have a look. I saved the images somewhere to give myself a nudge and remind myself. No, I think I've covered everything. I probably haven't. There probably is some things I haven't covered. But yeah, there we go, guys. And not in too bad a time either, actually. With editing, I might get this video down to about an hour. Yeah, anywho, there we go. There's an update of everything that's happened thus far. At the time you're seeing this video, I think there's some more news that is going to have been revealed, which you're watching this, so I probably haven't covered it unless I've decided to cover it and add it at the end of this video. I don't know if I have or not at this time. Maybe I have. It all depends on timing and things. So maybe instead of seeing the current news today, you're seeing the news that you already know about. But I just wanted to share my thoughts on it. And my thoughts are on it that for the most part, I love all the stuff. The negatives to all of this is that I'm annoyed that the Snagga box is going to be really limited. I'm annoyed at that. And I'm going to be annoyed because I don't think GW are going to limit it to one per customer. I'm going to be annoyed because I think scalpers are going to be selling it off at ridiculous prices and ripping people off. People, don't buy off the scalpers. If you don't get it, just accept it. Don't give your money to these people. Don't do it. All the stuff will be available separately. The only thing you're going to miss out on is getting it a bit early, and you're not going to have that codex with the special cover. You'll get a codex that's exactly the same with a different cover. Big deal. It don't matter. It don't matter, honestly. That codex will not be worth loads of money in the future. Honestly, it won't. So you're going to miss out on saving some money. So if you buy it from a scalper at massively increased money, you've missed the whole point of getting the box. The only reason I really want the box is because I know I'm going to make a big saving on buying all the stuff separately. If you buy it off a scalper, you're not getting that saving, so there's no point buying it off the scalper. The only reason to be doing that is if you absolutely have to have that codex with that cover. And do you really need it? Ask yourself those questions, people. And do you need it that early? Can you just wait a little while and get it all different? Don't buy off the scalpers. So yeah, that's a bit of a negative. The fact that the Snagga boys in that box are monobos is kind of a negative, but I guess that's kind of be the way that they've kept the costs down to a degree. And hopefully we will see them Snaggas have more options and choice and things in future sets. We don't know that yet. We don't know. The boys not having the full pose ability that they've had in the past, it is a negative. To say that it doesn't matter at all is wrong. And to say that just get your we'll convert them anyway. It doesn't matter at all. I think when you say things like that, I'm sorry if this offends anyone, but I think it makes you sound like a bit of an elitist prick. If I'm honest, I don't like that attitude, because some people like to kit bash and convert but don't necessarily have the skills or the bravery to do that, and they shouldn't be ridiculed or thought less of for that. I love doing little kit bashes. I've got a little Ork boy here. I've put him on running legs. Took no work from me. All I did was have a different set of legs from a third party in the torso, and I glued it on, and I had a lot of fun doing it, and I think he looks really cool. A little running shooter boy. I didn't need to be an exceptional master at my craft to be able to do that, and that's the joy of these easy kits like that, to be able to go, I'm going to take that head from that kit and put it on that and do things like that. But they're not the also on the other side of that, they're not the fully static monopose kits that the pessimists and the Negative Nancy's said they were going to be. They're not. They do have options, and they do have like different options that you can put on there, and you can see ways that you are going to be able to like convert and change these up. You're going to be able to change the heads on them. They've got choices of heads and stuff, and there are going to be simple little things you can do to mix them up and add variety and stuff. So yeah, it's not all doom and gloom on that, and they look gorgeous. I personally love them. I think they're a great update to the boys, and I look forward to mixing them in with my existing boys. And what is with all these people going, oh, I'm not replacing all my boys? Don't replace them. Add to them, mix them in. These boys still look good. They will still look good for many, many years to come, and I'm still going to carry on using them. And I'm going to mishmash parts from both kits together and to sort of really mingle them in together. It's awesome, good stuff, awesome. New kill team. I don't know if that's a positive or a negative. The new box is a positive because it looks cool, because you get a fuckload of Ork terrain. You get the most gorgeous Ork Kommandos that have ever lived. I haven't seen better Ork Kommandos than them. I haven't, from any third party. No, I've seen awesome ones. Like a lot of the third parties out there, Puppets, War, Cromlech, RTLW, like loads of companies that do Ork Kommandos and bits for Ork Kommandos. Really cool stuff. I haven't seen any that look that good. These GW Ork Kommandos are the best Ork Kommandos that have ever. Again, fight me in the comments section. I'm not scared of you. All right, these are the best Ork Kommandos. I don't care what you say, but it is only my opinion, and that is subjective. What else? Summarise. The big rig, the kill rig looks really cool. The Wurboy thing, that looks cool. It's going to be expensive. The War Boss in Mega Armor I think looks really cool. Still yet to see more details about him. The rules are starting to come out. We're starting to see what the rules are for some of this stuff, and that's interesting and really cool. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's all cool stuff. 2021 is the year of the Ork for sure. Anyone that's ever said, "Oh, GW don't care about us," we'll always like they just sling us a little scraps every now and again. We can't say that anymore. We can't. And if you're trying to say that now, then you're really clutching at straws and really just honestly, you can't say that anymore. Not this year. In 2021, you can't say GW doesn't give a shit about Orks. You can't. They are blessing us mightily indeed. New boys, new Deffkoptas, new War Boss in Mega Armor, loads of new Beast Snaggas stuff, like a whole new fucking offshoot army. Yeah, like we're getting everything we've asked for. We really are. What's the things that people are always saying? People are always saying new Kommandos, new Deffkoptas, new boys. We're getting them. We're also getting new stuff that none of us expected. The Pain Boss looks really cool with his options. The Squigosaur. The Smasher Squig. There's so much goodness. I don't know what I want to build first, what I want to paint first, what I want to buy first, because I'm never going to be able to afford all this stuff. And luckily it's not all coming out at once. We've got the pre-orders coming for the Beast Snagger box. That shit's going to sell out in like a minute flat. And then very soon after that, we're going to get pre-orders coming up for the regular codex and the stuff that's coming out then. I think the things I'm most excited about are the new boys, the Squigosaur, and just getting my hands on that codex. They're probably the things I'm most excited about on a personal level to get. What are you most excited about? What is your favourite thing that they've unveiled so far? What is the thing that's got you the most excited and desperate to get your hands on it? And what is the thing that you're kind of least excited about? For me, it's probably that Beast Boss. Not that there's anything wrong with him. It's just, for me, it doesn't quite fit the aesthetic that I'm going for with my army. So not everything's going to be for everyone. It's just not for me personally. Although he does look cool, and I may change my mind when I see him in the flesh. But yeah, what are you least excited about? What are you most excited about? Let me know in the comments section below. But anyway, for those of you that just came here to see my thoughts on Ork News, thank you very much for watching. And for those of you that want to stick around and find out where the hell I've been, thanks for sticking around. I'll only go over it briefly, guys. I have been insanely busy, and things have been a bit tough. I've been struggling mentally a little bit, if I'm honest with you. Life's been really busy, work's been busy. My health is better than it used to be, but it's not been the best. I'm just very tired a lot of the time, just because of the busy lifestyle we have. My snotlings haven't been getting to bed so well. If those of you that were there for my last live video will know this. And all of this stuff has made making videos a real challenge, a real challenge, because I only have a limited bit of free time when someone's not relying on me, be it work, be it children, be it the missus, and stuff that needs to be getting done. And it's just been lately, there's been a lot of stuff that has to be organised and done and sorted, and lots of things have happened. Regular day-to-day things, and I've been hit with a few curveballs. I've dealt with some dramas recently and some sort of hostilities within my personal life and work life, and so stuff I've had to deal with. And so all of this stuff has put a real strain on my hobby and the channel, and it's just massively taken a back seat at the worst possible time, because all this new Ork stuff has been coming out, and I've missed the boat on it. I have missed it, and obviously my channel's taken a hit because of that. But I've had to accept that, and yeah, I've been beating myself up over it. But I also accept there's only so much I can do. There's only so many hours in a day. I've only got so much I can give to life and everything. Yeah. Also, I've not been particularly driven in the hobby recently. Not because I've fallen out of love with it. I haven't. I still love this hobby. I still love the Orks, and yeah, I'm still there for positivity for this hobby and GW and everything and the Orks. I've just kind of been doing other things since coming out of lockdown and the world slowly returning to some semblance of normality. I've been experiencing stuff that I couldn't experience for a long time. The hobby got me through lockdown, but also the hobby was kind of all I had. So once I came out of lockdown, it's nice to sort of socialise again, to see people again, to be outside, especially when the weather's been good, be out in the sun and doing things, and just being able to experience all those things that I've missed, that I didn't know I'd miss. Work. I missed work. Imagine that. I missed work. I missed seeing some people. I missed being able to socialise and chat about other stuff and not just chat about bloody lockdowns and pandemics, because that got boring. And yeah, so I've been doing that. I've been getting myself back into shape. I've given up smoking. That has put me in the foulest of moods. I won't lie to you. I have been quick to temper. My threshold for annoyance and my tolerance of bullshit is at an all-time low. I am far quicker to anger at the moment. I really am. But it's at the time of recording this, it's been about, I think it's been over 3 weeks since I've had a cigarette. I haven't had a cigarette. And to say I haven't been tempted is wrong, but I haven't nearly cracked. There's been no moment where I've thought, oh, I've come close to really. There's been moments where I've gone to reach for cigarettes because my partner still smokes and I'm still surrounded by smokers at work, that I've seen it and I've gone, ugh. Like, my partner left a cigarette in an ashtray, half one, and I just automatically almost went to, because I was just, if she left, like, I'll just steal it and smoke the rest of it. But I kind of went to, not because I was about to break, but just out of auto that habit, and I was like, no. And even I've caught myself puffing away on my vape with an ashtray on my knee. And it's been sitting there for like an hour. And I've looked down and been like, why have I got an ashtray on my knee? Because I put it there. Because I'm so doing this, I kind of almost sort of still think I'm having a cigarette.
But vaping's shit. It doesn't satisfy me at all. I don't find it pleasurable. It's nowhere near as nice as having a cigarette. I don't enjoy vaping, but I do it because it just takes the edge off, and it gives me something. It takes the edge off, and it keeps me. Vaping keeps me just irritated and with a bit of a bad temper. Whereas if I didn't have vaping, I imagine I would be really unpleasant to be a person to be around. I've probably been quite unpleasant to be around recently. My missus will tell you that. I've been like I said, I've been a grumpy Gus, shall we say? I've not been that pleasant. Shit's been getting to me a bit lately, and all of this. What else? Well, I'm drinking a lot more water lately. I've been getting myself into shape. I've been exercising more. I've taken up boxing again. I'm doing one-to-one sessions. I've got a coach who's training me up in boxing again. I've been getting myself into shape. I've been building muscle, and I've just been, I'm getting healthier. I'm 40, and I'm giving up the fags because I'm kind of at a point now. I'm like, I don't actually want to die young. I do actually want to carry on living, and I want to be there for my kids, and I just want to be alive for as long as possible. And if I am going to be alive for as long as possible and live to a decent age, I want to have a good quality of life. So it's not financial reasons I've given up the smoking. It's not because any money I'm saving from not smoking, I'm spending on vaping and boxing classes and stuff. So, but it's good. I'm just getting back into it. I've kind of, boxing's become a sort of a returning hobby of mine that I used to do, and it's been good to get back into that. All of these reasons and more have been the reason why you haven't seen a lot of me lately. But it's not that I've got bored of the hobby. It's not that I'm disappeared. It's just that I've taken a bit of a break from it. And there have been times where I could have squeezed a video out, but I had to set aside some time for today to do this video, and it's been a challenge to figure out how I was going to do this video and when. And this is one of the rare moments where I'm able to do this, and hopefully I can get it edited in decent time and get it out to you guys. And hopefully the sound hasn't fucked up on this video, because I've been having some sound issues lately as well. I had internet issues the other day. The internet in our local area just went down for like half a day and night. And that was when some news dropped, and it was at a moment where I was like, I said to myself, I might do a video at night, and then that's ruled that out then. I've been gaming a bit lately. Been playing a lot of XCOM on my Switch. I think I've been playing more games again lately, which I didn't really do for a long time, because again it keeps my hands busy and stops me from watching telly or watching a movie. I tend to want to smoke, whereas when I'm gaming I can't, because my hands are busy doing that. So it's keeping me occupied and stopping me like putting my fist through a wall or something, so but yeah, there we go, guys. Life and its general struggles. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to what I'm saying, and you've all got your own struggles as well. This video is not really about me, but I feel like I owe it to you, particularly to my patrons. Thank you so much, guys, so much from the bottom of my heart. Your funding is the number one funding of the channel. Most of the revenue from this channel comes from Patreon. I'd say it's about 80% of the revenue that I make comes from Patreon. Probably the other 20% comes from the, maybe 70-30, I don't know, 60-40, I don't know. Most of it comes from Patreon, far more than comes from ad revenue. I don't make a huge amount of money through YouTube itself. It's mostly through people funding me out of the goodness of their heart. And it's you people I really think of. It's you patrons that I think of when I do lapse in content and don't bring it, it's you people that I think I owe the most to, because you're literally putting your hand in your pocket and funding the channel. And then in return, there are sometimes where you don't see a lot of content, so you're not seeing a great return on your investment. So I can understand if that disgruntles some of you. Not that anyone said anything negative. I haven't had one person say the slightest negative thing to me. It's just been pure positivity, and for that I thank you, and for your understanding I thank you. But I don't want to live off of people's good nature and understanding. You know, they're paying for a service, and I want to provide that service. And the service they pay for is this unprofessional, off-the-cuff videos that I do. Just yelling at the screen about how much I love the new Ork miniatures that GW have just revealed. I guess that's what you pay for, isn't it? Well, I will provide that and continue providing that. But yeah, there we go, guys. I'm going to bring this video to a close because I need to start editing it and get it out to you guys at some point today. And I've got loads of other things to do today as well, because that cruel mistress we call life is cracking the whip, and I've got to do all that other shit. But yeah, guys, mwah, thank you so much for your continued loyalty. Thank you to every subscriber, every Patreon, everyone who's ever watched a single video of mine, anyone who's commented, because I love the comments section. That's what really drives it, the interaction with you guys. And thank to anyone who's ever hit that like button or the dislike button. Thank you. All the feedback's good. I'm not going to promise you that you're going to see regular constant content from me, because I'm not going to make a promise that I could very well break. But just know this: when I can, if I can, I will always strive to bring you the news and the content and do these videos for you. The only time you won't see me doing videos is if there are good reasons for that, or if I feel that I can't do it justice. If I'm not in the right headspace to deliver the content that you want, I'm not going to just deliver something that I'm not happy with. That's not true. That happens all the time. I always upload videos that I'm not 100% happy with. But if I had to be 100% happy, you wouldn't see any content from me. But yeah, you know what I mean. I'm not trying to mug you off. I'm passionate about this, and I wish I had more time for it. And I will try and organise my life in a way that I can set aside some time for this. And I'll continue to work on it and continue to work on myself and better myself. And that's what I'm trying to do at the moment. Anyway, this is getting deep in it. It's probably not the video for it. I just wanted to update you and let you know, because I know some of you will be wondering, and I feel like I owe it to you to answer these questions. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Back to Ork content. Share your thoughts, please, in the comment section below. I want you to share with me what you're most excited about, what you're least excited about, what you plan to buy. Are you planning to try and pre-order the Beast Snagga box? What do you think of them Deffkoptas? Do you like the stands that Deffkoptas are on? Are you gutted that they've redone the Orks? Are you going to miss the old fully modular kits of old that are going to be going away? Or are you just really excited about this new gorgeous looking stuff? What do you think of Kill Team? Is Kill Team going to be good? Is it going to be a great game in a box again, or are they going to bloat it with updates and stuff? Or do you love all the updates and constant reviews and refreshes and expansions to all the games they do? Share these and any other thoughts you have. I'm interested in whatever you've got to say, and I strive to respond to every single comment I get, and I think I manage it 99% of the time. I think I usually manage to respond to all of you in some form or another. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you on the next one, whenever that'll be. This is 6+ Stevo, signing out.